and stuff like that. So we end up like this right here in this situation.
And it's just and I hate that for our culture, man. Because not all black women are like that, man. Me personally, bro, I only date our race. I don't date outside my race. I ain't never date no white woman. I ain't never date no Latino woman. I've always only dated black queen. But I hate that I see, you know what I'm saying? We materialize everything. I've had a woman before, you know, when I was single, basically tell me I don't fit the image for her. I don't wear golds. I don't wear chains. Like I got a nice little chain for my graduation present. You know what I'm saying? I paid a good penny for it. Well, other than that, bro, you see me, I got on a black t-shirt or I got on some Hey Dudes. I dress casual because, like I said, I'm a hard-working man. So when I want to unwind and be comfortable, that's what I am. I'm not wearing no purple tight jeans. I ain't wearing no Jordans. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I'm broke. I just wear what for me. She told me I didn't fit the image that she wanted. I said, baby, you want a street man. I'm not a street man.
Yeah, they want the guy that dressed like a dope boy. They used to the prototypical guy dressing this way. Bro, I'm switching up the swag. I don't mind wearing graffiti, but why I can't be able to throw on a blazer with a shirt, a plain shirt underneath with some slacks and some church
man, let me be comfortable, bro. Let me be comfortable, man. Let me be comfortable, bro. I wear dunks, man. I wear SBs. And I had a woman, she was like, you got on skateboard shoes. I said, baby, these are Supreme dunks. These are $700 shoes. But you wouldn't know that. I said, you wouldn't know that.
You ain't even know it. You ain't even know it.
No, you don't. She was like, $700 for them? I said, yeah, but you got them big ass Balenciagas on and hurt your feet. And they look like they came from DHgate. I don't wear nothing fake.
Damn. Look, they say women are the real misogynists. They hate each other. They can't go a day without comparing their looks, insulting one another, proving they can take each other's man, putting their business out there. I don't know why they constantly project that on men. Why is that?
You want to know a good example of that women are misogynists and they hate each other and they hate that some women actually do cater to men how it should be? Cooking with Kaya. Why was all the women on the internet mad at Cooking with Kaya? Why were they mad?
Say it again for the people in the back.
They were mad at a lot of women were mad at Cooking with Kaya.
They sent death threats at this girl. Death threats.
For what? For what? What did you do?
Twerking and cooking damn food.
Because they're mad because they don't do it. Exactly.
This is how sick.
Classic example. There's no. I don't care what nobody say. Women hate women, bro. They can say about women hate women.
Women are the fakest. When a woman gives somebody a compliment, it's usually not genuine. It's shade. It's a backhand compliment with it. She gonna talk about you to one of her so-called friends, and they go after the same men.
Bro, I told my. Oh, listen, and this is where a lot of us men make mistakes at when it comes to cheating, right? I don't condone cheating. I don't like that. If you're not gonna be loyal to your person, let them know. A lot of men get so caught up in lust that they don't understand that a lot of women that you think you're getting are getting at you to get back at your woman. A woman will use you as a tool to get at your woman because they know men, we are lustful creatures and we go after what looks good. We don't have the manipulatory power to be able to understand the intellect to be able to understand that this woman ain't really interacting with me because she wants me. She's interacting with me because she want to make my woman jealous. And that's really why a lot of women be like, you cheated with this motherfucker, you cheated with her. And that gives some women thrills, bro. So it's like that's why I tell a lot of men, you gotta be able to see through the nice skin and the nice shape. You gotta be able to see through that, bro. Women are very, very misogynist. Like they're very, very manipulatory.
And they're misandrous too. They hate men. A lot of women hate men. They're misandrous.
So they use us as pawns. And a lot of men don't understand that. You're a married man cheating with... You're a married man. You got a nice queen over here. And this woman know you got a nice queen. She don't want her spot. She want to get to her. She want to let her know that she ain't got no pride. You think you all this? You ain't all that. Because look, I just made your man get on his knees for me.
It's kind of sad that I read a quote. So many guys think because they getting with hood rats, project bitches, skeezers and slut busters that they think this is an achievement. We have to stop putting that as an achievement as a number one priority. Those women are the bottom of the barrel, low frequency, low hanging fruit. Please stop thinking because you're getting project bitches, skeezers, and shit like that, and baby mamas that's getting passed around, girls, that you out here hitting on something. These women are low quality. They're not going nowhere in life. These women are going to bring you down. They cannot add any value to you. I realize that the older I get, if a woman not adding no value to you, cut her off immediately.
And the thing is, though, and I tell people, like, not gonna lie, my woman has 2 kids. I don't have no kids. And a lot of people ask me, they're like, bro, why do you date, as a man with no kid, your own business, why do you date a woman with 2 kids? My woman had her 2 kids out of 2 marriages. She was married twice and she had 2 kids. But, and I always said, I never wanted to date a woman with kids, bro. I never really did, honestly. Think about it. But when I sat and thought about it, and I had this conversation with her, she brings value to my life. Yes, she has 2 kids, but she brings value to my life. And when I say value, she has helped me reach points in my life that I would never reach on my own. She's put things in my mind for me to think about in a different light that I never had to think about. I ain't gonna sit here and say she brings materialistic value to my life because I don't ask her for that. But she brings emotional support when I need it. She's a nurturer. Women with kids are natural nurturers because they have.
Oh yeah, they gonna cook, clean for you. Yeah, they gonna do the small things. Small things matter the most.
She rubs my back. She rubs my feet. She, you know what I'm saying, asks me about my mental. She checks on me, and it's like a woman like that. Even though she has kids, she still has value because she brings value to my life. So, you know, I gotta either accept her kids or don't accept her kids. And it's like I accept her kids because it's like, okay, she got 2 cars, 2 houses. She on her shit. She got 2 businesses. She about to open up a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everybody is entitled to
a golden nugget right there, man. You got you a golden nugget.
Yeah, you know, she made mistakes with, you know, whoever she had kids with, and it happens, but we all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But she brings value. Like, hey, that's like what you said. I feel like if a person don't bring value to your life, why you gotta be in your life?
Hey man, I salute you, man. I mean, woman I'm dealing with, she got 4, but man, she a beautiful person though, man. And I ain't got no kids myself. I'm part of the same. We part of the unicorns right here with no children. But you know what I'm saying? She just seemed like a sweet, genuine woman though, man. And I mean, a lot of dating coaches say don't date women with kids if you ain't got none. I mean, I just feel like that's preference. I understand they say, you know, don't help nobody else's legacy. But I mean, that's their opinion. I just look at it. The kids just want to be loved, and they innocent. They ain't asked to be here. They just want somebody to love them.
Exactly. Kids are innocent, and I tell people that, bro.
So
I tell people that all the time, man. Kids are innocent. Like I said, I work with kids. I'm a coach.
Even though I'm not gonna tell nobody to be a stepfather or join it. It's up to you. It's your preference, though. Yeah. But I always will say this for guys, though. Every woman got somebody that's got access to her past, anyways, whether she got kids or not. So there's always somebody that got access to her.
Yeah, and that's a lot of women gotta understand. It's not that you have kids. A lot of it don't even be about the kids, bro. Like you said, kids are innocent, bro. It be about.
Okay.
That's actually what just called me right in there. But it's about it be about the motherfuckers that's in your life, man. It really don't even be about your kids for real, man. It be about the motherfuckers that's in your life. Cause at the end of the day, if I ain't finna be getting into it with them motherfuckers, I ain't finna be having no.
Oh, fine. Yeah, I agree. But also, for the most part, a lot of these women they be doubling back with the baby daddy and stuff too. So it's kind of like why get involved and get attached to these children and be in their lives if you never even know
that. Woman. That's not a woman. That's not a woman. That's a girl. That's what we're talking about. That's a woman. That's a girl.
I totally agree with it. Now, there's another quote I seen. They say 10 years from now, expect OnlyFans women to complain about how they were groomed or forced to twerk on OnlyFans. They'll blame the men for their bad choices. No accountability whatsoever. Why do you think that is?
Because they want an scapegoat, man. Everybody wants an scapegoat, bro. That's what it boils down to, man. Everybody wants an scapegoat. Everybody wants to put the blame on something else instead of just taking responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody wants to do. So that's my thing. That's my stances on that.
Well, why are we in this culture to believe all women instead of believe the evidence and facts in front of us?
Say that one more time.
Why are we in this culture that's taught to believe all women, believe everything a woman say? Like, I be around little girls all the time, they lie like hell. So why are we in this generation of believing all women instead of believe facts and evidence?
Because motherfuckers want to because it's like you said, bro, everybody wants to paint men out to be the bad guys nowadays. When in honestly, all reality, when you see a lot of guys on podcasts, bro, they just want traditional stuff. Like a traditional man, being a traditional man and too masculine nowadays is a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers like that. Women say they want a real man. They want a man to do this. But when they get with a man like that, it's, he's too strict. You're insecure. Like, no, it's called having standards and rules and boundaries. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. So women gonna stick together. Women gonna stick together regardless. Like you got women right now still defending men.
Oh yeah. Bro, you can have a debate right now in the middle of the street with a random chick. They'll probably fight you over Meg right now.
Fuck, bro.
They act like that's her sister or something. Well, that's her family member.
Exactly, bro. That's just that's just how they are.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got a few more. Okay, how come when a boy needs help, nobody's around, but when a girl needs help, they got everybody to help them? Dude. Society, the government, everyone.
Because men. Society makes it. They make men seem weak for asking for help. If you're a man, you ask for help. Society downplays you because why are you a man asking for help? We need help too.
I totally agree. with that, brother. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. But what's your thoughts on the Zion Williams situation right now, man? That he's accused of
rape. He got his own self in those situations, bro. Like, and I hate that for him. You know what I'm saying? I hate that for him. Like when I say I hate that for him, I hate that for him. You know what I'm saying? He needs to do better. But at the end of the day, like, you can't really feel sorry for somebody who, you know what I'm saying, you know the hand you're dealt with, you know what you're dealing with, why, you know what type of position you in. Like, you know what I'm saying? So why be in that position, if that makes sense?
Yeah. It's wild to me though. He still can't lose weight. He can find all these points, but he can't find a way to lose weight and stay on the court.
My point.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me though. Okay. Right. Do you feel like DNA tests should be mandatory?
100%. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. 100%. 100 fucking percent. 100%. 100%.
Well, why do you think it's not mandatory yet, though?
Because the system is flawed, bro. The system is flawed as hell. You have a motherfucking you will be taking care of a child for 18 years that ain't yours. And it's like you done paid so much money. Think about where a lot of these men could be financially and ahead in life if they didn't take care of kids for years that they were lied to and made to feel bad about. They were made to feel bad about not taking care of a kid that wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Not being there for a kid that wasn't there. So, like, and at the end of the day, what happened? What does that man get? You've been taking care of a child for 18 years, and you finally find out the child ain't yours. What you get back? What restitution do you get?
Not a damn thing. But see, the government don't care about it. The government just want to have a daddy so he can have something to pay for.
Yeah,
that's all that's about.
What does he get? I'm sorry. You think that's gonna heal his pain? I'm sorry.
I think that it should put the woman in jail and pay back restitution.
I think women, yeah. I think, especially if he was on child support, I think he should pay back pay. I think the woman need to pay back pay because that's fucked up. 100%.
Now, who you think is the face of hip hop, though? Who you think is the real face of hip hop?
That's actually a good one. I say right now I go Kendrick, man.
I'm gonna say Drake is like the most pop artist. Kendrick probably would. I'm gonna say for me it's always gonna be Jay-Z. I always gonna think Jay-Z is. Who you think better, Drake or Jay-Z?
I think mind wise, investment wise, just knowing how to control the algorithm of hip hop and knowing how to control people, I would say Jay-Z, but I would say lyrical wise and just music wise, I'd be Jay-Z.
All right. Do you feel like these are top 5 most influential players in football history? Odell Beckham, Tom Brady, Deion Sanders, Cam Newton, Jerry Rice. Those 5 are the most influential players.
From a football, from a off the field to on the field, yes. I would say yes, because I would also argue you could throw Ray Lewis in that category because Ray Lewis influenced a lot of players to be more passionate about the game. So I would say yes. I have no problem with that list.
Even though he stabbed and killed that person and beat the murder case, but yeah, that's neither here nor there, right? Now, how do you feel about RG3 recently criticizing Angela Reese for his white wife and Dr. Umar called him a coward for trying to get Ryan Clark fired? But I feel like Ryan Clark and Dr. Umar out of pocket because RG3 is just calling it how he see it. Like, it was just a hard foul on Angela Reese with Caitlin Clark, and they just trying to make racism out of it. What you think?
I did a video on Ryan Clark, man, and I said that Ryan Clark is a fucking racist. He is. He's racist because he always tries to bring up race in everything. And it's like, bro, some things just race don't even belong in, bro. Like at the end of the day, bro, it's like it's a white and a black player on the court together, but they're both players. And you ain't even got to look at race. If it was two black people and it was a black girl that filed injuries, nobody would say shit about it. But because Clayton Clark and the white community loves her, hell, I love her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even white. Why do you got to make it about race? Why do you got to bring it up? Why can't it just be a hard foul and, you know what I'm saying, she was wrong for the foul? Why you got to bring race into the whole Clayton Clark?
Ryan Clark got a white baby mama.
That's what I'm saying. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, bro. It doesn't make no sense. He always trying to bring race into it, but I mean, you like I said, you got a baby with a white woman, man. Like, come on, man.
Like, let me ask you this about streaming university. How you think streaming university is basically real, but it's just a parody that they doing? Like, you see people like, you know, India Love there, DDG, the Kais of the world. Like, how do you think important streaming university is?
Man, listen, man, I like Kai, man. Like, as a streamer myself, as a small streamer trying to come up, man, as a small content creator, man, I like what Kai did, and you know what I'm saying. I think that it was something that needed to happen, especially on his part, as far as like, you know, taking people and trying to teach them the ways of content creating and putting them all in one area. He's the influencer. That's his job. That's what he get paid to do. So I like Streaming University. I actually hope on the next one I'm gonna apply, and I hope that I get selected. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you even get there? Like, you gotta apply, or
you gotta apply. It's an applied application, and you want to make your application as you want to make it. How can I put this? You want to make it as different as possible.
Now, what's your thoughts on Cardi B going off on Offset saying hoping he died, calling him a bitch? She was
spouse support. Man wants spouse support, man. He wants spouse support, and that's why he wants spouse support, and you know that you don't really hear about that, especially not no high profile, you know, divorce case, you know, with them, because hell, I feel like we're all in the courtroom with them too, because they put everything on social media. So it's like,
do you think this is real or this is hype for her new album coming out? Because she's long overdue.
It's real, bro. It's real. I think it's real. But at the end of the day, I'm telling people, like, I mean, did she really win with Stephon Diggs? Like, Stephon Diggs is worse than Offset. Stephon Diggs is known for having the rock show. He just has more
smashing. He just got caught with some paint cocaine allegedly by the goddamn Patriots, and they trying to investigate him and cut him loose.
Yeah, so it's like he just has a little bit more money. So it's like, okay,
got way more money than Offset. He's a multi.
So is it okay for a man who has more money to do you worse? Or is it okay for a broke man to do you worse? Because in that term, I'm not calling Offset broke, but to Stephon he is. Because athlete money is different from rapper money. So it's like, I mean,
people don't understand that person, the 12th man, the 52nd man on the roster of an NFL team, the 53rd man, he making more money than your favorite rapper. Unless he's Drake, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, or Jay-Z or somebody. Yeah. He ain't really got it like that.
These guys are getting guaranteed $1 million contract. What did Stephon just get from the Patriots? 44 some million guaranteed?
He way overpaid. Let me see. Let me look it up. Stephon. Let me look up Stephon Diggs contract. Do you feel like he passed his prime though, Stephon Diggs?
No, I think he got. I think he could be an asset for New England this year, because if you look at it before he got hurt in Houston, man, he was actually putting up pretty good numbers. So
I mean, they let him go though. He getting a 3-year, $69 million deal. So that's yeah.
I think it was like 44 something guaranteed. If I'm not mistaken.
That's crazy right there. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
$23 million a year.
That's more than Offset's probably made in his whole rap career.
That's his whole career total, probably as a group too.
Yeah, so you know that. Yeah, that's different. That's a different bag right there. That's a different lane.
Do you think OBJ is a Hall of Famer, Odell Beckham Jr.?
No, I don't.
Why do you think he gets so much clout though for being a receiver? Because I feel like he's the most famous, but I don't think he was the most. Even though he was talented, I don't think he was the most talented.
That catch, and also just his overall personality. Like that catch, and Odell's a person. Like he has a real, you know what I'm saying. He has a real charisma, about him that a lot of the younger kids love. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is what really made him, bro. His charisma.
Do you think Antonio Brown going to the Hall of Fame with all the stuff he did, he talked about or whatever, or because of the allegations?
Regardless of whatever he did, his numbers. He's a Super Bowl champion. He made Big Ben. I think Antonio Brown should be all of them.
I don't think he made Big Ben. Now they have some good playoff runs now, but yeah, who's better, Stephon Diggs or Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah. Antonio Brown is a monster.
That's not even comparable.
Stephon Diggs or OBJ? OBJ do got a championship though. Could have won MVP if he didn't get hurt.
He would have won MVP. I go with him. I go with him.
It's true or false? Is Michael Jordan the greatest player of all time?
100%.
You said what?
True.
I couldn't hear you. What you say?
True.
True. Okay. Let me ask you this though: who you think better, Kobe or LeBron, man?
That's a good question, man. I'd like to go. I can't really tell you, man, because I'm a Kobe fan and I got respect for LeBron. That's a tough one. Man. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's tough. That's a real tough. That's a real tough one. Man. I can't even lie to you. I would have to, if I could, I had to go LeBron just because of the longevity.
Oh Lord, LeBron or MJ? Who you going with?
MJ.
Well, let me ask you this though. I've never heard Michael Jordan call himself the GOAT. Why is LeBron always calling himself the GOAT instead of letting the people do this?
Because LeBron is a very egoistic person, man. LeBron has an ego out of this world, so of course he would call himself the GOAT.
Yeah, I think so though. Yeah, he's a narcissist. Is it safe to say he's a narcissist?
Yeah.
I've never seen LeBron give anybody credit, none of his teammates or coaches. He always say he's. And where do everybody get that he got this high IQ from? Where do he get it from though?
Basketball for a long time. So, naturally, what I'm saying, this the plays that he makes and the things that he does on the court, you can probably say he has a high IQ.
But everybody got their IQ from somewhere. Hell, he just ain't just learned the game from nobody. He had to study from somewhere.
He had to watch the game a lot. He probably watched the game a lot, and you know what I'm saying, he just took it in from there.
Okay. Okay, this is right. I got a few more. I'm gonna let you go. Now, these are the 10 greatest seasons by an NFL rookie quarterback. I want to see you agree or disagree with that. You ready? I got Jaden Daniels, 2024, RG3, Robert Griffin III, 2012, Justin Herbert, 2020, Cam Newton, 2011, CJ Stroud, 2023, Dan Marino, Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck, Ben Roethlisberger, Baker Mayfield. Would you agree or disagree?
I would agree, but I would put CJ at number one. I think CJ had the best rookie season ever.
I'm gonna go with Jaden McDaniels because he went to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm saying statistics wise, I would go CJ Stroud. You go JD. I love JD. I'm an LSU fan. Go Tiger. But I think statistic wise, it was definitely CJ Stroud, no doubt. But team wise, Jaden.
Now, let me ask you this: do you feel like Justin Herbert ever lived up to the hype? Because I don't feel like he has.
I don't think he has, but you also got to think he's been in a peculiar situation with the Chargers. Now, this last playoff game kind of showed me a lot about him, and it's like, bro, you were favored and you lost the game, and it was really because of you. You threw 3 interceptions, so it's like, you got to be better as a player, So I hope, what I'm saying, he could be better.
Now, it was a player also, an undrafted player named Kobe, talking about Lamar Jackson is like James Harden in the playoffs. He goes missing. AWOL. MIA. Do you agree or disagree?
No, I would not. I would say this to a certain extent. The past couple of years he has. But this past year, the one that you cannot put that loss on Lamar. You can't. In the biggest drive of his career, he showed up. The biggest drive with the most pressure, because you can't tell me in his head he wasn't thinking, man, I can't fuck this up. because they're gonna eat me up. They're gonna eat me alive next morning. And he delivered.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though, it was my man fault who dropped that catch.
Mark Andrews. But
yeah, Mark Andrews dropped 2 catches.
The thing that won me over about Lamar with that situation was because he could have simply put it on Mark Andrews. He could have simply said that, "Hey man, Mark ain't catch the pass. I put it in his hands. It ain't my fault." But he
dropped 2 crucial catches or 1 crucial catch.
Remember he had the fumble. He had the fumble where
when
they were up with Buffalo Bills because they could have scored on that drive. He fumbled and he gave Buffalo back the ball, and that's when Buffalo scored. So if he
was on Lamar or Andrew?
No, Andrew.
Okay, so I thought so. He had 2 crucial turnovers.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Do you think basically would you bring Mark Andrews back after that year?
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
Because I mean, yes, he had the worst drop of his life in the biggest moment of his life, but statistically and like his production over the years he's been their number 1 productive target. Even though he didn't come through when you needed him the most, but I mean, by the numbers, he's been the best that you have had. So I mean, it happens. Like you have drops, you have bad games. It happens, bro. It's part of sport. You just don't want it to be in the biggest moment of your life, but like I said, it happens.
Who you think a better head coach, Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan?
Sean McVay. The reason why I say this is Sean McVay got to the big game, he got it done. Kyle's been there twice, and he didn't get it done.
He also played against the greatest quarterback of all time, Patty Mahomes.
You didn't get it done.
But they was close. The year before they lost, they went to second overtime.
You don't get no award for second.
Nicole Harvin made one of the biggest catches of his life. People forget about that. He had to catch the MVP, the Super Bowl catch. He had went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. Let that sink in.
Yeah, but you still got to finish it, bro.
Played against Patty Mahomes.
Nick Foles beat Tom Brady.
Nick Foles. That's a once in a lifetime shit.
It don't matter. He did it. Nick Foles beat Tom Brady.
He threw for 450 some yards.
Don't matter. Nick Foles won the game.
Yeah, Nick Foles had one of the greatest games of his life.
That's why I said sometimes
his own daddy and mama was proud of him. His parents.
Sometimes you're gonna have the best game of your life, and sometimes you're gonna have the worst game of your life.
You also realize everybody's there for a reason now. They're in the NFL for a purpose.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody's there for a reason. It ain't
I mean, think about it though. You got to think about it like this. What happened the next season though? When them defenses starting to lock in on him and watch plays, what did he do the next season?
He didn't do nothing.
Exactly.
But he wasn't the starter though. Foles wasn't the starter. Remember, Carson Wentz was. Carson Wentz won them all the games.
But I'm saying though, even though he won the Super Bowl MVP, he played well. He couldn't gain a starting job because they knew this was like it was admiration. It was lightning in the bottle. He just had an amazing game.
That happens though.
It can. There are people in the NBA can go off and get 40, 50 points in the damn night. There's a reason why they're there.
They're still NBA players. They're still professionals at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, that person on the bench is still closer to Steph Curry than I am.
Yeah.
So,
the reason why they're there.
I mean, okay, who you think the most overrated? What you think the most overrated stat in the NFL?
Overrated what?
Who you think the most overrated stat in the NFL?
Stat?
Yeah.
The most overrated stat?
Yeah.
I would have to say that's hard. That's actually hard. Yeah, you might have gotten that now. I never really thought about it like that.
Hold on, my thing messing up right now. Hold on. Yo, can you hear me? Oh man, I can be here all night with you. Yeah, I got you with that. Okay, who the most overrated player you think in the NFL?
I would have to say Trevor Lawrence.
Wait, I ain't gonna say. You know who I think is? Who? I'm gonna say Justin Herbert because Justin Herbert get every year they say something. I
was gonna say Justin Herbert, but I was like,
Dak Prescott. Damn it, Dak Prescott. Because Dak Prescott is overpaid.
Oh, 100%.
Dak Prescott got more commercials than playoff wins.
Yeah, he does. He's just because he's the quarterback for America's team. Though. That's why. That's the only reason why. Everybody know that. It's because he's the quarterback of America's team. That's it. That's it. That's all that is.
Right. Let me ask you this though: do you think the NBA will ever catch up with the NFL as far as ratings?
No,
And why is
too
it?
long, too long,
You said what?
too long of a season.
Mm. But why do you think even on Christmas Day that the NFL outdid the NBA on Christmas though?
Because, man, it's physicality, man. Everybody like they flop too much in the NBA, bro. The NFL is a man's game. I'm not saying basketball is not a man's game, but it's just football, man. It's just something about getting around with the boys, watching football, man, and just have you a drink or two, man. Nobody don't say, "Hey, let's go to the bar and watch the basketball game." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's just like football is America's sport. It is America's sport. Because think about it. Everybody plays basketball around the world. They start to catch up overseas, but they don't play football around the world. They don't play football. We get football, baby, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Football 4 days from college to NFL. Football season rolls around. It separates households.
I ain't gonna hold you though. Motherfuckers get divorced around football season, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got a motherfucking wife that went to Auburn, and then you got the husband that went to Alabama. Iron Bowl roll line. They ain't talking to each other.
Niggas in the house doing football season, staying in. They hibernating. They ain't going nowhere doing football.
Bro, listen. I tell you not, bro. Listen, JR. I don't leave my desk. I got 3 monitors right here. Well, I got 4 actually because I got my PC. I got 4, and I have a big TV right here. I have one game on here, a game here, a game here. College football. I'm sitting at my desk betting all day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. Like I can sit in the house and watch. And I'm a football coach. I coach Friday nights, and I come in on Saturday. Ain't nobody here for me. I'm at my desk watching film, game planning, and I'm watching football. That's what I do.
Right. Damn, I was about to ask you something too. I mean, even though you see football, who you think was America's team though? You still think the Cowboys is America's team? Because they haven't been to a Super Bowl in 30 damn years. What, 30 years almost? 30 years. They haven't been to the divisional round in almost 30 some years.
Now, Cowboys will always be America's team, 100%. Always be America's team, man. Always.
How do you feel with I forgot who they got. They got a receiver over there. I forgot his name.
CeeDee Lamb?
Huh?
CeeDee Lamb?
No, they got a new receiver over there now too.
Pickens.
Like, what do you think the problem with the Cowboys is? Why they can't never go deep in the playoffs? Is it Dak? Is it the coaching?
It's a little bit of Dak. It's Dak and it's Dak and Jerry. The Cowboys will never be good until Jerry takes a step back.
What do you think Jerry's doing though to prevent them from advancing?
He don't know football. Jerry don't know football. Let me tell you why he don't know football, and he's too egoistic. He don't know football because you let a guy that won 2 Super Bowls, you fired him because your ego was too big. Because you didn't want to take a back seat. Because he was in the limelight. That's how I know Jerry.
They had a meeting or something, and Jimmy Johnson would like stand up or something, and he was like, "No, y'all work